Hello everybody and welcome back to Victoria, where we are currently proceeding with these rebellions. I do want to raise up, I think, at least one more force here to have them come on up over this direction. Just have somebody up over here. So that's the Endori Military Revolt, that's the Barodan Proletarian Revolt, and that's the Jaipuri Proletarian Revolt. Okay, so we've got 3 total Proletarian Revolts over here. I'm going to send an additional small army out over here. Okay, we'll call that good for now, and we're going to build as quickly as we can here, which is going to be rather quickly, of course. We've got a bunch of railways that need to be built and a bunch of opium plantations, among other things. We've got a lot of other things. 67 weeks remain in the construction queue, apparently. Maybe. We'll see. And only one of these have actually broken out at this point. So we've got these 2 that are thinking about breaking out. But there's probably not going to be anyone else over here, if I had to guess. So that's all wrapped up over here. We should probably move you off over to... We can't actually reach this front, can we? No, we can. Okay. I'm actually going to send you over to here, if we can reach that front. Yeah, that looks good. So which of these is going to happen first? It's going to be the Barodan Peasant Revolt. So that's this one. Cool. So we don't need to worry too much about this one. The Endori Proletarian Revolt is now over, which of course means that our war with France is over, which should, in theory, mean that we can demobilize somebody. Mark Gray, apparently. Mark Gray is, I think, down over here right now. That's Mark Gray. Okay. I'm going to move this guy over to here. And we'll just do that for now. We've got 4 raised up here. That should be sufficient. No major issues there. We have 1 for each front that's going to be breaking out here. That all seems good. We're going to continue our constructions here, of course. We've got a bunch of railways finishing up soon. So that's very, very good. We definitely need to work on these railways, particularly over here in East Houseland, which is very low construction efficiency, but we're working on it. The radicalism is over time dropping, I think. But we do need to get these constructions finished more than anything. The constructions, of course, are going to save us a lot of money in theory by putting some of these unemployed people to work. That's the idea anyway. So we're going to have all of that happening. We've got a bunch of opium plantations finishing up here. And we just briefly crested the 3 billion marker. There we go. We're back over it. We had dipped back down briefly, but that's good. 3 billion GDP. I like it. We, of course, only have a couple of years left, but at the speed the game is ticking at this point, that might be a couple of episodes. I honestly don't know how many episodes we've got left in this puppy at this point. We'll see. There's a bunch of opium plantations finishing up shortly, and we need a lot more of them. So that's all good. What are we got right now for expenses? Wood, iron, oil, artillery. Okay, noted. And market access is going to continue to be an issue for a while here. We're going to have to continue to manage that. 7 should be fine here. 5 should be fine here. These all look good for the moment. We will need one in the Niger Delta and in Equatoria. So we'll get both of those going for the time being. Just the 2 additional railways. And East Houseland is down to 62.2% construction efficiency. Okay. How's our legitimacy? 83? Should be fine-ish. We're running a big deficit right now, but that's for multiple reasons. Welfare payments are a big one. Construction goods are another one. Not all that much to do about it, other than just finish some of these constructions and pay less welfare because people aren't unemployed, right? So that's what this comes down to, in my opinion. We're going to continue to work on these opium plantations for a while. How many pages of opium plantations do we have here? Okay, that's a number. We've got like 33 pages of them. That said, we're working on more than half of them simultaneously. So we're definitely going to work our way through this pretty quickly. We're down to 1,500, well, 1,890 technically, in our construction queue. And that's just going to proceed... Well, not really faster and faster, I was going to say that, but it's going to proceed at a relatively even pace. And that's all good. Our railways are going to be finishing up eventually, and we're going to have these wars breaking out as well. So that is all absolutely fine. Zulu backed down against the Zulu proletarian revolt. Okay. I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but sure. That seems very exciting. We are, of course, going to crush these guys very, very quickly. We don't expect this to be a problem, and we'll probably demobilize as soon as we crush them over here. That'll save us, I think, some money. That would be the ideal scenario, anyway. Would be to save some money there. We do have 200 million in credit right now, and I would like to deal with that. We're paying almost 200k in interest right now. It's not huge, but it is a measurable impact. So we would like to deal with that, for sure. These railways are definitely making solid progress. Yeah, East Houseland is getting less and less inefficient, is the term that I'm going to use here. So I'm going to demobilize... Well, we can't actually demobilize him right now. Can we demobilize this guy? Yes, we can demobilize this guy. So we'll do that for the moment, and this war has broken out. No problem there. So our additional expenses are, of course, going to decay over time. And we'll launch this attack out over here pretty soon. So no major issues in either of these locations. It's completely fine. These railways are going to take a little bit yet, sadly, but our opium plantations are really coming along here. We're making a lot of progress on the opium plantations, so that's really, really good. We are down to like 24 pages now. We've completed like 10 pages. So we're making really solid progress there. Excellent. So we're going to... We had another front breakout over here. That's awkward. That said, this is all dealt with. So we can now demobilize one of these if we can. There we go. So that'll be fine for now. We should only have 2 active. Yes. And now we can demobilize one of these others, maybe. We probably shouldn't. At this point, though. It's probably not worthwhile to demobilize either of these since we can't do it at this moment. Is my guess. Yeah, these guys will likely capitulate before the demobilization expenses wear off. So that's reasonably fine. We're at 31 weeks right now in our construction queue. Allegedly. I don't believe this. To be completely clear, I don't believe that it's 31 weeks in our construction queue. Since we have 38 weeks on these railways in East Houseland. Maybe until everything has started construction. Maybe. We're definitely tearing through this queue. We're down to 1,500 constructions in it now. So we're definitely making good progress. Plantations do build quickly. There's no doubt about that. As we can see, our peasant numbers are dropping, and our unemployment numbers are going up. This is expected at this moment. There's a secession movement growing. Okay, so where's this going to be? British Travancore? Where even is this? British Travancore. Where are you? Oh, down over here. Okay, so they're gonna... More India problems. Okay. That's fairly normal, I guess. Honestly, India is where 99% of our problems have been. That said, I think things have gotten better since we annexed British Raj. Better, but we need to annex all of the little kingdoms here. Okay, they capitulated. Perfect. We're at peace now. That's a good sign. Wow, our balance just fundamentally shifted. Minus 1.35 instead of minus 3? What happened there? I don't know. I mean, military wages will have dropped somewhat. Maybe that was it. Maybe we had one of these guys raised that we didn't realize, and they were costing us a lot. I guess that could be it, but I kind of doubt it. There's a South African capitalist revolt brewing up as well. So we're going to send Mark Gray on over there. I don't think we need to send anyone else. This alone should be fine. So that's all good. Our railways are getting very close, actually, to being fully done, believe it or not. At long last. And we are done with our opium plantations already. That has gone very, very quickly. I don't suppose we're working on anything in British Travancore right now. Do we even have anything queued up there? We should figure that out. It's a lot of tea plantations. Oil rigs. No, we don't even have anything there. Okay, beautiful. I guess we've got a couple of opium plantations that we accidentally moved down. We can move those back up to the top. That's not going to be very difficult. Excellent. So when is this secession going to happen? Okay, that's not too bad. They have 4 troops? Okay. Yeah, that's going to go very, very, very poorly for them. So these opium plantations are almost done. 18 weeks now in Houseland. Our construction efficiency has started absolutely improving really quickly in East Houseland now. That's very good. I'm very, very pleased to see that. So that's magnificent. I do want to double check production methods, and good thing I did, because some of these do need to be reset. Okay, so we just got oil turbine. We're probably not going to use that. Do we need to incorporate any states? Yes, we do. Apparently, I completely forgot about this. Okay, good thing we have excess bureaucracy, so we don't need to build any additional bureaucracy. That all looks fine. Checking in here, no agriculture to be built, no resources to be built. It's all cute. Okay, they have seceded. And of course, we're going to do something about that. We are going to send Angus Kepi on over here. And honestly, I don't think we need to send anything other than Angus Kepi. I think he alone can do it, especially once our Mark Gray general gets this cleaned up. He'll shift over there, is what we'll do with it. So that'll be absolutely fine. No problem. I do want to check in on our infrastructure situation. It's probably bad. East Houseland, okay. North Bengal could use an additional railway. This is not bad, actually. This is reasonable. Cool. So we did need a couple of additional railways, but nothing too major there. Delhi is minus 50% construction efficiency. That's mildly painful, but that should get dealt with fairly soon. So that is okay. This tea plantation here is minus 67.8% in British Mysore. That's a little bit gross. No doubt about that, but that is fine for now. So this GDP is definitely shrinking a little bit. A little bit. That is likely due to unemployment, is my guess. We're running out of space for peasants, right? So as that shifts over, I want to check in here. How are we actually doing with our employment in these opium plantations? Okay. That's actually close to fully employed. Remarkable. Surprisingly, this is only number 27 in the opium plantations. But that's okay. So that's absolutely fine. I want to see if we've got some locations like... Okay, that's fully employed there. The real question is, at this point... Okay, here's a location that could use more location. That's not how words work. This is a location that could use more employment, but that's going to happen. I'm reasonably confident in that, right? Population. No, go in here. Unemployment 2.66 million, peasants 900. Yeah, this is fine. We're going to be absolutely okay on that front. We are at 1125 constructions left in our queue here. This is now saying 82 weeks, which feels more appropriate. Ooh, minus 90% efficiency in Hyderabad? That's rough. Okay, so these are going to be pretty slow. In Bombay, things are going to go a lot faster. But I mean, just small amounts of efficiency gains are going to result in big time savings for us here in Hyderabad. So that's okay. We're going to have these wars breaking out very shortly, I think. So the secession is, of course, here. And that's going to be dealt with no problem. Okay, we're in the countdown to war, and we're getting close over this way. No one has actually joined either of these, correct? Yeah, nobody's into this. That makes sense. I am happy to see that our finances have improved by a lot. We are spending 300 on oil pipelines. Okay. There's this capitalist revolt down here, of course, and that's not a problem. This is going to get crushed very, very easily. As far as this secession, that's also not a problem. That's already completely dealt with. So what we need to be concerned about right now basically comes down to getting these tea plantations built, right? It's the unemployment problem. 62.8 million, but we've only got 4.69 million peasants remaining at this point. So there's only so many that can transition from being peasants into being unemployed. And that's good. We're very happy with that. Now, artillery is an expensive thing, and we might want to consider building some arms industries, although this is going to be low on the queue. Yeah, here in North Bengal, I think is absolutely fine. So we're going to build here, 51, and how many will that employ? A good chunk is the answer, but not like trillions. But definitely a good chunk. We'll bring this up to 51 as well. We don't need to be at 50. We need to be at 40. There we go. And again, I'm putting these at the bottom of the queue. I'm just going to add 40 here. That's fine. And I'm going to add 50 here. I'm going to add 40 here, I think. There we go. And 40 in Madras. We'll add 51 in Andhra. And then in Delhi, we'll add 50. Basically, anywhere that has over 1 million unemployment is what we're looking to add these to. So I'm going to add 30 in Bihar. We'll need to take 1 out of there. And we'll add in Munster an additional 51. Okay, that should be more than enough. That's a lot queued up there for sure. And again, those are bottom tier priority at this moment. So it's going to be a while before we get to those. That's okay. The South African revolt is done at this point, and Mark Gray can come out over here and advance this front. We are, of course, going to have this be breaking out in just a couple of days here. So that's wonderful. Get that dealt with, no problem. Excellent. So we're going to have no issues pushing into them here. We have allies heading into some of these locations. I don't think they're actually going to attack. Yeah, I don't think they're actually going to attack. But they are going to hold these lines. Actually, they're attacking over here. Never mind. Not on this front, but on this front. Okay, cool. So we're very, very happy about that, of course. We like it when our allies are actually on the attack. It is a helpful thing, believe it or not. So these tea plantations in Hyderabad, they're still a ways out. We're still at minus 90% construction efficiency here. Our turmoil in Hyderabad is really bad. So what's going on there? What do we got? So that is this state here. Gotcha. So it's literally just turmoil, right? That said, we are incorporating it. We're 11% done with that, and we are definitely reducing this. The number of radicals has actually come up a little bit here, and I'm not, strictly speaking, shocked about that. The reason for that is because of two things. One, we have 64 million unemployment, right? That's definitely a bit of a problem. 64 million unemployed to 136 million gainfully employed. That's like a 33% unemployment rate. That is rough, and we're working on that. We're doing what we can on that front. Also, our standard of living has not come up as quickly as it could because of our tax situation. That, of course, is because of our construction situation, and we're working our way through that as quickly as we can. We're definitely making a bunch of jobs here, but a lot of these are plantations, which are removing peasant jobs and replacing them with non-peasant jobs, right? We may actually want to consider getting these resources moved up to the top and building the plantations afterwards. Rubber plantations, they don't use arable land top. So the rubber plantations should actually be moved to the top as well. So we've got these iron mines down here. Okay, there's another proletarian revolt against us. That's fine. And we've got these logging camps. Those should be moved to the top. I moved a couple of tea plantations. It doesn't actually matter. But I definitely want to get these resource productions moved up. That will be very handy for us. In fact, this is when we start to get into the arms industries. I think we'll move these ports up and whaling stations and fishing wharves and call it good from there. Okay, what's the construction efficiency here? 33? Okay, sounds good. So we'll do something along the lines of that, with the goal being to use up less arable land for the time being. That's a lot of construction efficiency negative in North Angola. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough on that one, but that's okay. Yeah, these rubber plantations are also incredibly slow. A lot of this construction is in North Angola, but we've got Zambezia, Nigeria. Fars is not as bad. So for now, this'll do. I'm okay with the really, really bad construction efficiency in North Angola, I guess. I mean, it's not amazing, but I'm okay with it. I guess we're traveling out over here. Yeah, that's fine. Head here, though, instead. Perfect. There we go. So we'll continue our constructions for the time being. And the goal here is just to get some of this unemployment under control, right? We're still going to be having peasants moving into the unemployment column as we use up the arable land, because we've got things like these tea plantations finishing up in 8 weeks. That's still going to be happening, but that's okay. A lot of this is very low construction efficiency, which I don't like. I'm actually going to move the North Angola stuff down to the bottom of the list again. Anything that's in North Angola, we just want to give time for that construction efficiency to get better. That's what this comes down to. This is too low of construction efficiency. I don't want to be spending the time on it. Not when we could instead be building, you know, tea plantations. Which aren't amazing for us right now, but they're better than nothing. In my opinion, we are better off having those built than having that be worked by peasant jobs. But as we see here, we're definitely paying $5 million in welfare right now. That's a lot. No doubt about that. We've got a lot of welfare going on here. That's for sure. We're almost to 1935. So we're going to, I think, be hitting the end of this series next episode. I think that's pretty clear to say. It's not going to be this episode. It's likely going to be somewhat early-ish in next episode. And with that being said, we're probably going to proceed beyond the end of the game just to round out that episode, and then we'll call it there, is the way that's going to end up working. And to that end, I'm actually going to put a cut in here slightly earlier than I normally would, because I want to leave just a little bit more of the game left for next episode. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we're wrapping this thing up. I'm pretty confident in that. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Andy McGar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.